All right, everyone, this is Sean Heideman, your designated broker. Today, I'm going over a new buyer consultation presentation that we just put together. And it's loaded with some great information so that you guys can meet with your clients or your new prospective buyers and win them as a client. And a lot of this information that I got is from Glover. They are a real estate brokerage and consulting company out in Michigan. So definitely use this presentation. It's got a lot of good information in it, and that's what they recommended for going through each step of the buyer consultation. So let's get started. I'm not gonna do the presentation mode so that I can go to different slides and other information that I can show you. But so this is very customizable. So this is also made for two people. If you're just by yourself, then you can easily delete this one down here. But put your picture profile here, your email, your phone number, and then if you have a website, we can have you can put our website there too, positionrealty.com if you don't have one. And the next slide here, you're just gonna go in there and if it's two people or just you, you can also add like a loan officer on there if you want, whoever you're working with. But just put me or us, and then put some information about yourself. Some brief information. You want to build a rapport with the customer. So put anything in there that is relatable, possibly to somebody else, and so yes, some things that are unique. Maybe you guys have some commonalities and stuff like that. But put some information in there about yourself, and then here's where you're going to put like your education, when you got your real estate license, and different information, accomplishments and stuff like that for yourself. And then this slide here is about position realty. Um, and it's kind of brief information. If they wanted to know more, they can always go to our website, but it's brief information about the company. And then this is a roadmap of everything that you're going to be going over, the presentation, kind of explaining everything in detail on how the buyer transaction works. So market condition, preparing competitive offers. So this is all about before you get under contract, and then when you get under contract, you have the next slide, and you're going to want to go over the transaction process with them so that they understand in advance what to expect, and also the timeline is about 30 to 45 days to close. So you want to make sure that if they have a lease or also if we're in a competitive market, you want to consult them and advise them that it may not necessarily be a quick process. So some people might think that, oh, I'm ready to buy, and 30 days later they're going to be moving into their home. But in a competitive market or low inventory market, that's not necessarily the case. So you're going to want to advise them and make sure that they understand that there is a process to it, and it could take some time. And they needed to understand the market conditions and competitive offers and everything that's detailed into that. Buyer motivation. So this is where you're going to get to know the client. You want to know about them, why they're moving. This is a very important step in talking to your client. You want to use these questions here. So what is important about making this move? So somebody may be moving to downsize. I just met with a seller that they were planning on selling and buying. The house that they're in right now was a bigger house, and their kids have moved out. And also the home only has single pane windows. They don't have enough money to replace the windows, so they want to sell the house and then move into to a new build home. So everybody has different motivations and things for a reason why they want to buy, or they might be renting, and this might be their first time purchasing, or they sold their home and excuse me, They sold their home and they've been waiting for the market to turn around. So I had a tenant that they sold their home and then they moved into one of my rentals, and they were waiting until the market corrected, and so maybe they may be feeling that the market is correcting now, so they have all the money in the bank that they've been waiting for, so now they're going to go out and buy a property. So there's different motivations. So you want to learn all about that. Houses move important to them. You want to understand why it's important to them. Ultimately, what will all of this do for them? So you want to ask these questions in the buyer presentation. This slide here, are you ready to buy? So you want to make sure that whoever you're meeting with or getting ready to work with, that they are in a financial position that they're able to buy. They don't have a lease that's expiring in 12 months from now, 2 years, same company, in the same industry. Um, they can provide 2 months of paycheck stubs and bank statements, um, and their debt to income ratio as well. So whoever you're working with, you want to make sure that they're able to buy. Your home search, you want to understand what they're looking for. That's as a top priority. So you want to get into detail with them on this and really dive in and learn about what they're specifically looking for. Not only number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and square footage, but you want to know what the lifestyle benefits are that they're looking for. Are they looking for a lifestyle of being in a golf course community, being able to golf on their free times? Or do they want to be in a retirement community? Or are they looking to be closer to their school? Or lifestyle benefits of the home? They want a larger living room so that they can socialize and have parties and events. Or do they want a backyard that has grass and a pool and a gazebo and a built-up fireplace to socialize or whatnot? So there's different motivations and lifestyle benefits for each property and the needs of the buyer. And then here's some of the tools that we have access to. Obviously, everyone knows the MLS agent network. You can contact different agents and find out if they have any pocket listings. For sale by owners, you can contact title companies and get a list of for sale by owners. If you don't have a title company that can provide that, just ask me and I can let you know which title company has for sale by owners. Expired listings, you pull those up on the MLS. New homes, there's a number of new home communities out and around that are offering insane discounts right now and buy downs for the interest rates to help them the buyers to be affordable in order to purchase the home, and wholesale properties. So I pretty much know every wholesaler in the valley. They all send me all their wholesale properties. So if you have a cash buyer, wholesale might be a good option for them. Might be able to find a good deal for them. Um, for the home that may need a little bit of fix up, but a lot of times some people they like those homes so they can um, customize it and make it their own and put their own touches and their own design in the home as opposed to moving into somebody else's designs, likings, and wants. Um, Search tools, websites, yard signs, open houses. This is that the customer can use to find properties. And an automated home search system. So this is on the MLS. So you want to set that up with them so that anytime a new listing that fits their criteria that they're looking for, it will automatically be emailed to them. And you want to ask them how often they would like to receive those, every day, every other day, just on the weekends. Depends on how motivated they are as well to buy. Buyer price range. So you want to use this here. So you want to ask them this question. This is very important. As your agent, what is your price comfort zone? So this is the comfort zone where um, they feel most comfortable in being able to buy as far as their monthly payment and that sort of stuff. So they may be pre-qualified for 450, but they are only comfortable with buying up to 400,000. But you also want to figure out what their search zone is or their price cap. The search zone is different from the price comfort zone. So the search zone is basically they're comfortable at 400,000. They're qualified up to 450. But when you're doing a search for homes, there may be one that's listed at 401,000 or 402,000 or 405,000. And if you put on your search that they're only looking for 400,000 below, then they're going to miss out on those opportunities. So the search zone is the price that is above their comfort zone, so that there may be some negotiating room. So an example I put here, comfort zone is 400,000, price search zone is 410,000 for negotiation. So they want to see all properties that are listed at 410,000 and below. So that if one is listed on the market at 401,000, they will still be notified about that property, and you can always negotiate the price downward. Now, buyer market conditions. So you want to make sure that the buyer understands what the market conditions are at the time that they're looking for a home. So I subscribe, or every month I attend the Comfort Market Report with one of the title companies or one of the lenders around the valley. And so if you don't have this information, I can provide it to you, but these are the statistics that you mainly want to go over with buyers. The days on market, sell to list price ratio, market inventory, the Comfort Market Index, and then I have this buyer buying power checklist by that Hugh Glover gave us. That I will share with you guys in an email that I'm going to be sending out this buyer presentation. So here are the different statistics. So this is the Comfort Market Index. Mainly want to show them this one. This one breaks down the different cities, and it lets us know which city or area is in a seller's market, a balanced market, or a buyer's market. So if your client is looking in Queen Creek, then you want to advise them that we're in a buyer's market, so we can be very competitive with your offers. But if they're looking in, let's say, Chandler, Chandler is number 2 as far as a seller's market. So you may not be able to negotiate as hard with the seller in Chandler as opposed you could in Queen Creek. And when I get to the buyer checklist, I'll kind of explain this more in detail. But this is the Comfort Market Index. This is the sale price list price ratio. So this lets us know that where the where the market is as far as what price did sellers negotiate the price down. So right now we're at 98.9%. So all listings, 1.1%, on average, all listings sold with a negotiation of a price downward of 1.1%. So this lets your client know that you can't come in with a 10% price reduction, because this is normally what sellers are accepting. But this is also kind of an average. This is not, so maybe some listings did get below this. Maybe some listings were sold at market. So it just all depends. But this is the overall market on average of what's going on. And this is a minimum price of 300 to 500,000. So if your client's looking in this price range, this is what this is. So this is just an example of sale price to list ratio. And everybody knows days on market. So you want to know how long the properties are on the market. Is 36 days on market. And then also the supply and inventory. So supply for this year is up as opposed to last year. Properties under contract or down as opposed to last year. So there is some more negotiating room here with the higher supply and under contract. So let's get back to the presentation. Oh, wait a minute. I got this other thing to show you here. So this is the buying power checklist. So this gets back to the Comfort Market Index that shows which city or area that you're in, and you want to advise your client on how much you can negotiate with the seller. So these are different terms. So let's say that you're in a competitive market or there's a low inventory of houses on the market. So this is a great way to assure that your offer is going to be accepted as opposed to another buyer's offer. This is what a lot of flippers and wholesalers do. They come in and they waive the appraisal. They waive all contingencies of the sale. They waive the inspection. They conduct appraisal first before the inspection. They provide proof of earnest money down payment. They write a personal letter. So these are different ways that you guys can use in order to get your offer accepted by the seller. And but if you're in a just a kind of a normal market, using some of these. But if you're in a very competitive market, these are great tools that you can use to get your offer accepted. All right, let's get back to the presentation here. So that's market conditions. And then getting the pre-approval. So you want to advise your client that they're going to need to speak with a lender. You should already have some lenders in mind that you've already been working with. If you don't, then we have some preferred lenders that we can recommend to you that would be great for your client. So you want to have them fill out the loan application. You want to get the approval documents. They're going to need to turn in their paycheck stubs, bank statements, tax returns, proof of employment. They need a 580 plus credit score. So if they're not qualified, this is a service that we're able to provide them. You can be trained on how to do this, or you could also have me work with them. I'd be happy to do that. But here's a video that I shot a while back. It is on how to use these spreadsheets and this information here on how to work with your client on this. But we can help them reduce their debts, analyze and prepare a workable budget. A lot of times, people go to Starbucks and they have all these subscriptions to all these different things on their phones, all these apps. They want you to pay for this, pay for that, pay for that. You get rid of some of that stuff, and instead of paying on that, you use that towards paying down your debts. Educate you on how credit works, offer tips and tricks for credit score improvement. We can help them get pretty quickly. So watch that video on here. This is what the thumbnail looks like. And it goes over the spreadsheet here. So this is the budget building spreadsheet. So this is all their income that they'd be making. And then we go through their bank statements and put all this stuff into here. And we figure out their debts, and then we come up with, this is the percentages of where they are as far as, how bad their credit is. And then weekly spending. If they don't know how much they're spending, we have this spreadsheet that they can use to fill out on a weekly basis so that we can fill that out. And then a personal spending budget. So you have your actual and then your planned. And so this allows them to be able to reduce some of their bills in order to pay towards their debts in order to pay them down quickly. And I have these, I put together this here, how to get out of debt and use credit wisely. You can provide this to them. This is a pamphlet on explaining debt in detail, how to put together a budget. This is something that they can do on their own if they don't want you involved in their finances with the spreadsheet. And then these other examples here, how to improve your credit. It's by the National Association of Realtors. About your credit score, It's a handout on improving your credit as far as what credit score is and all that kind of stuff. So these are some handouts that you can provide them, and hopefully they would be able to get their debts down so their DTI will be where it needs to be and their credit score. So definitely, this is a good tool for building rapport and showing them that you care about them and that you're willing to help them with their journey of becoming a homeowner. And then you're going to briefly explain the showing process, how many homes to show at one time. So this is basically you're setting expectations with your client. So you set this up front before you start working with them so that they know what to expect. Like if you have young kids and you got to pick them up every day at 3 o'clock. So you obviously can't be going out showing houses probably between 2:30 and 3:30 because you have to pick up your kids. So you want to let them know on what your availability is and their availability. You know, they may work, 10, 12-hour days, 5 days a week. So they're only available on the weekends. And then if you have a kid that's in football or sports, like on Saturday, like you can't, be available between that time, but you're available on Sunday. So this is where you want to have that discussion of setting expectations with them. So how many homes to show at one time? You don't want to be going out showing them 10, 15 homes at one time. If they have 10, 15 homes, that's fine. So tell them to pick the most favorite that they have, and then you go look at those first. Anywhere between 3 to 5 homes. So any more than 5, just advise them that that's too many. We will schedule another day or another appointment to go out and show. You don't want to be as a chauffeur. So more than likely those top, let's say narrow those 10 or 15 down, and they know which homes that they're most interested in. They're more than likely going to go out and possibly submit an offer on those homes. But you don't want them to feel that you don't want to show them the other homes. So you want to let them know that you can schedule another time with them or another day to go out and look at the other homes. Showing a home tour, I want to show you this this tool here that I use. So you go to Google Maps and directions. So you can map out everywhere that you're going to go. So these are just some addresses that I had previously needed to go to. Just throw those in there real quick. So you put all the addresses of every property that you're looking at. Maybe I don't want to do that. It's too far. Okay, so now how you see how the map is all over the place. So you don't want to be driving like to here, or you want to here and then driving up to here and then driving back over here and then driving down here. So you want to organize your mapping. So say Phoenix. Let's say your first one is going to be. So anyways, you can select these and drag them around so that you just have to play around with it. But so you don't want to be driving from here to there to there to there to here to there. So you want to use something like this in order to plan your route, and then on your MLS profile, you want to print the profile off for them so that they can look at it, and then you want to put the numbers on it. So the first one that you're going to go to, the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, on the list there. And then also another thing that you can do is I like to use this for narrowing down the property that they like. So you staple this to the MLS profile sheet. Um, this is the house hunting checklist. So you can write the address here, the price, number of bedrooms, and this is a way that they can organize and keep track of what features they liked about the home, what they didn't. They have some write some notes down here. They can write some stuff down here about the neighborhood. This is a great little tool for them to be able to narrow down the home that they're looking for, the perfect home for them. So we went over that. How much notice the agent needs. You don't want a buyer that's going to be calling you, hey, can we go out and look at houses right now? And you're in the middle of another appointment or something else that you have going on. So you want to let them know how much of a notice you need, 3 hours, 4 hours, a day's notice, whatever. So you want to set that expectation up front. How showings they're getting set up. You want to know how you want to explain that. Buyer availability, and the best way to communicate is about text, email, phone number, or either or. So you just want to set those expectations up for them. And then once they find a property that they like, you want to go over with them the seller's wants, earnest money, down payment, important dates, inclusion of the home, offer will be accepted, counter offer declined. So you want to explain this process to them. Then when it gets accepted, you want to give the earnest money to the title company, typically 24 to 48 hours. You want to explain the inspection process and repairs, appraisal, home insurance. They want to get that set up, sent to the title company, finalize mortgage details, and then the final walkthrough. So you want to go over all this so that they understand the buying process. Closing cost breakdown. So you want to go over different closing costs with them as well. Loan fees, kind of just briefly kind of explain this information here. And then on closing day, they're going to need their identification. Everyone who's purchasing property must be present, and then you need to bring a certified check or wire the down payment money to the title company. And then on that closing day, you want to make sure that you accompany them to the closing. This will help you with getting referrals on down the road, and basically you'll be there to help them if they don't quite understand something with the title company. And then you can easily explain it to them instead of them just signing something without having the questions answered. So now we are getting to the end of the presentation where we're going to be asking them to sign the buyer broker agreement. Some of you are used to using the buyer broker agreement and other agents are not. Me personally, I never used them because I figured if they didn't want to work with me, that's fine. They can go somewhere else. So buyers now are kind of uneasy about signing the buyer broker agreement, especially if it's an internet lead and they don't really know you. So in order to make them feel more comfortable, I put together this buyer's agent service guarantee. So basically this goes over everything that you're going to be doing for them. So there's 1 to 23 different steps. So this is the whole shebang of everything that a realtor is going to do for a buyer. And this shows them that you're not just showing them a few houses, submitting an offer, and then waiting for a commission check at the end of the day, like most people think that's all realtors do. So we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. So some of this stuff we kind of went over in the buyer presentation, but this is an agreement that you would sign with your buyer. In addition to the buyer broker agreement, obviously. So if they are interested in signing the buyer broker agreement, also have them sign this, and you want to make sure that you follow through and do all these steps. So that will be also emailed to you as well. And then the next guarantee is it says that we guarantee you will never pay a commission for the purchase of your dream home. Now you can relax knowing you don't need more money in order to buy a home, guaranteed. So with this new changes, if the seller is not offering a commission, your buyer signed a 3% co-broker, and let's say the seller is only offering 2%. So that means that the buyer has to come up with 1% of the purchase price in order to buy the home, and they're already strapped for coming up with a down payment. So buyers right now are uneasy about, how that's going to work. So I came up with this idea. So the MLS has already given us this form, the seller compensation addendum. So you want to use this and submit with any and all of your offers. Make sure that the percentage is the same as what's on your buyer broker agreement. And if the seller doesn't want to sign it, then you can go back to your clients and advise them and say the seller doesn't want to sign the seller compensation agreement to raise the compensation equal to the buyer broker, or you guys can just go look for another property, or you can just accept the lower price. You can always renegotiate that commission on the buyer broker agreement. But by giving this guarantee to your buyer, it will relieve that stress and anxiety of signing the buyer broker agreement. And you want to explain this in detail on how this works and make sure that they understand that. And so this is a good way in order to get more clients as opposed to going to a buyer consultation. And then the buyer doesn't feel easy about signing the buyer broker agreement and they walk. And then they wind up signing with another agent that's offering something similar to this. So this is a great way to secure and win more business for yourself. And the last slide is obviously you want to put your contact information in here as well on the last slide. So you can PDF all this. This is a PowerPoint presentation. You can PDF all this and send it to your client as well after the meeting. And yeah, so that's the buyer consultation presentation that I put together. And hopefully you guys will use it and to win more business. But please stay tuned for the next training video. Thank you.